literally the first sentence that popped up was, "This is not a zombie show." And I right away like, okay, I have my attention. So, in which way do you feel revival isn't actually a revival, but actually something so very original?
You want to go for it?
Well, yeah, I think as an industry and as storytellers, we get stuck sometimes in like what has worked in the past. And a lot of times that's great. Like we could spend time in those stories that we already know and really explore them and see which ways we can go. And then sometimes that's enough, and we want to break out and try something a little different. And I think this show really does that really interestingly, really beautifully.
The biggest thing for me would also just be that the revivers don't look like zombies in the zombie way of what we're seeing, which makes a huge difference and kind of makes it a deeper conversation as to why are they different, besides coming back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like you did that one time.
Oh my gosh, get over it.
Oh yeah. What have you done lately?
Seriously. So I had a long sleep.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah.
So, Romy, in episode 6, you actually got to let loose a little bit and kind of have an epic, huge, like, violent episode. How was it? I know, I'm like, just say it nonchalant.
Episode.
Yeah, the whole episode. No, but the fight, basically. And how was it training for that? But also, how was it just watching yourself doing that for the very first time? Like, when it's
Well, first, I do want to give a major shout out to Max White, who was our stunt coordinator, and then on top of that, Chanel Hunter, who did stunt me for some of that, so I can share what she did stunt with me for. But such a great question. I loved it. It was the same with episode 2 with the bar fight. I've never been in these positions as Romy, getting beat up or fighting people, of course. And to be honest, with all the anger that Emma's feeling and we've all built ourselves up to the point where we want to break something, maybe not our own bones, but it's fair. And I think reading that on paper and seeing her weakness become her superpower in two ways, both the bone breaking and the crying. Those are two things that have been called weaknesses, now get to turn to superpowers, which are awesome. In terms of,
I never thought about that as the tears.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh my god. Sorry, go ahead. That's amazing.
but then on top of that, the training portion, we were pretty much learning stud sequences day of, which was pretty awesome. Max had showed me a few videos beforehand. I was practicing while Chanel was doing it behind Aaron. One of the showrunners always says that he was a little nervous that I was a little too karate for M, but then the final scene with Phil Brooks, CM Punk, because most know him, he really let me do a lot of that because he also he's like, you can't hurt me, and I'm really good at my job, so I won't hurt you. So do you trust me, and can we do this together? And within that, I actually built such a great friend in Phil and such a good buddy, and him and Chanel both taught me that I am capable of so much, even though I'm 5'1" and petite, and because of that, I've started training with boxing, and I'm getting a lot more physical, so that hopefully we get a season 2, and hopefully I can do more stunts too. But I still need Chanel there.
Yeah.
I love you. Chanel, I love you. Come back whenever.
We can't insure dead.
No.
Yeah.
I just love how well written and well developed all the characters are. Is there anything in particular that you guys latched on to when you were reading through that you really loved about the character that you knew you had to make sure was forefront in your personality?
Well, I remember one of our first meetings was actually about the OI. And we were just like, no, this is like, we don't want to downplay this. We want to, like, that's huge if you just have a bit of an issue, it's like there's nothing to overcome, but like to really make sure that that's present in the story. I felt like we both, that's not my character, but I was like,
affected the whole family too.
Yeah.
It affects the whole family and their past, and it explains so much of why it's not only
the distance between them.
OI and addiction, but that all explains the distance and the pain that Dana must have felt watching her sister go through this.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we lost our mom. It's all a lot.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah, and So yeah, so that's one of the for me the um I really loved the I think a lot of us can relate to the father-daughter aspect of whether it's like a parent-child aspect of like, especially in today's world where we all disagree so much, um, it can be really hard to find common ground with your loved ones. I just really, in the episode that aired last night, episode 7, it was hard to watch because I was like, I really felt like the pain of two people who are like, I'm trying to love you, she gotta help me, you know, and it went both ways, and I think that is such a human, and in this crazy world of like revivers, that is such a human thing that we all struggle with is the connection with our loved ones and when we disagree.
Yes. I think I was also pulled to the fact that it's a story of grief and the fact that nobody grieves the same way. And Wayne has a beautiful line in episode 7, and it's because talking doesn't bring back the dead, which I think perfectly summarizes the one person who wants to talk and be able to really recover and move on from this, and other people want to suppress it, push it down. And I thought there's something really interesting about talking about it and showing it, and even showing that people joke through the hardships of life and stuff like that. So I just loved all those themes too.
One of my favorite episodes was 5, and having your roles reversed. So, Romy, what was it like before taking the lead and being the big sister in the situation? And Melanie, did you give her any advice on being the perfect detective?
Romy is the perfect detective because Romy helped me find my car.
I wanted, it was you. It was you.
Did you just say it was me?
No.
Yeah, okay. Did I get it? No. Were you detecting behind my back?
I did. I planted the bullet.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. If you think that's what being a detective is planting evidence.
If anything,
I have taught you well.
If anything, I got to we actually shot the end, or like the first bit at the end of episode 5. That was our first scene that we ever shot together, which was beautiful because it kind of just set the
Because I was
tone
quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, the pudding.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the pudding
I was
one.
awake.
Pudding one, which was really fun. We got hugs. Mel told me it smelled good. I'm holding on to that forever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But I just think that that was the first scene we had shot, and it kind of set the tone of this love. And I remember saying like, I'm gonna protect you, and then weeks later with MJ, and we're in the forest and we're planting things. And to be honest, I had just seen Mel do her thing a lot, and I honestly tried to just embrace my inner Mel and my inner Dana in those moments, because that's what little sisters do. We copy our big sisters. We embody our big sisters. So it felt right. Thank you.
So, Romy, your character goes through a lot of different peaks and valleys over the course of the show, especially like when you first start out in episode 1, not quite sure where she's going, and then you find out she's a reviver. This whole honestly. So, what's it like as an actor playing so many different, like it's the same character, but a lot of different journeys she has to go through over the course of the show?
Truly am this dream character because I got to explore so much. I did get to dive into the horror, the sadness, the big conversation, the small. I even got to have some humor in there, and I just think to get to tell a story and to show a human and to show growth is such a win. But also as an actor, I had some very challenging scenes as well, in a great way, like stuff that I got to push myself further, which can't really talk about just yet because you got to keep watching. You think Em's going through it now? She still goes through it, but I just found it really like exciting, and I just think she's a great character.
If you were thrust into a world where there were revivers, what would you do? Like, how would you react?
I know how you do.
Would check for my period.
Yeah. Would you ask people if they were still flowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really am like, as a woman, you just are like, what can I do to get rid of my period? You know what I mean? Trust me.
I'm kind of on the same page. I'm copying, but like Mel's got this in my head. I'd probably start going around asking people to get a head for her. Like I'd ask, like, what if your period might stop? That doesn't mean my period's gonna stop.
What? As revivers are both of our periods. Or if you die when you're on your period.
That's
Oh
what
my
I'm
God.
saying. There's so many scenarios where
It's
some,
forever.
yeah. That's why we gotta ask around.
Yeah.
Yep.
We take the feminist approach
Yep.
to revival. We'd be like, I'm sure the men have their issues. We got you. We're taking care of you, okay? All the uterine questions. Holding space.
Holding space for them.
Are you sorry we answered that last